What's up guys, my name is Aaron and this is going to be my review of 99.9% by Kaytranada. This is the first studio album by Kaytranada, who's a 23-year-old Haitian Canadian. This is his first real time experiencing stardom after a string of singles, EPs, and mixtapes. I haven't actually listened to a full project of his, and tops I've probably heard like 2 or 3 songs of his. I haven't actively seeked him out. I've just heard the buzz about this album, so after I've heard the buzz, I wanted to give him a try, and this album kind of surprised me. It was a pretty decent album with a lot of twists and turns I didn't expect from him. I love how varied the production is on this album. It's mostly rooted in house and dance music, but it does have elements of pop, R&B, rock, hip-hop, some retro music like 80s and 90s music. Together is a positively glittering song with shimmering synths and hand-clap drums. It to me sounds like a dance song that would come out of the 80s. Weight Off is this jazzy track with a marshman-like drum and a really dope grooving bass line. It reminds me of something that would come out of the James Bond soundtracks or something like that. Drive Me Crazy has this huge Lex Luger sounding trap beat with these hard-hitting snares and trippy rising synths that are on a perpetual loop. It reminds me of something like a trippy Odd Future song. And then Breakdance Lesson Number 1. This really cool guitar riff surrounds the track with these hand claps, and then it moves into a more synthesizer heavy interlude, and then all those components mesh into this really weird modern late 70s and early 80s hip-hop music. It reminds me of something that would be on the soundtrack to The Get Down, which is coming to Netflix in August, I believe. There's a nice array of genres that keep you interested and makes you want to keep on listening to that album. The features on this album seem really organic and natural. Sid on You're the One really works well for me. She has this really soft voice. It's combined with this house beat. It's different than the production that she's usually on, but this really fits her well, I believe. Vic Mensa on Drives Me Crazy is really good. I'm not a huge Vic Mensa fan, but him on this song was really interesting to me. He's kind of talking about like how like fame and stardom isn't worth it. It becomes boring and kind of uninspiring, and he really brought a really cool perspective to that, and I really enjoyed how focused and how hungry he sounded on the track. But my favorite feature on the album was Craig David on Got It Good. He sounds so natural and at ease with this groovy mid-tempo beat. He talks about this relationship with this girl that he's known for a while, that's been with him since day one when he was struggling as an artist and stuff, and now that she stuck with him and kind of endured the rough years, he spoils her with gifts and stuff. It's a really nostalgic sounding song and theme too, but this song is really sweet, and it has a really cool melodic vocal line from Craig David, who never overpowers the song. It's all in perfect cohesion with each other, and I feel like he brought a lot to this song and to this album. This is definitely my favorite feature and definitely my favorite track on the album. I like that he mostly chose artists that weren't bigger, and because of that they didn't take the spotlight from his beats, and they were all in perfect cohesion with each other. I love how his beats morph and change as the song progresses. The song Glowed Up featuring Anderson .Paak, it has this electronic trippy beat at first, but then that changes into a more jazzy type of feel. Anderson .Paak, whose singing reminds me of Chance the Rapper, he really handles all this changing really well, and he fits the song as it changes and morphs. Some things I didn't like about the album is that I felt like it could have been shorter. The last third of the album kind of felt lackluster to the first 2/3 of the album, and you could have cut a couple of those songs out and it would have probably made a stronger album. I also didn't think it was as good as the contemporaries of Kaytranada. For example, Disclosure's first album, I thought that was really spectacular. This album is just good, but it's not as groundbreaking or as amazing as that first album was, so I'm kind of comparing it like debut album wise. Overall, I like the album. It has various genres that keep the production interesting and doesn't make it sound like one long song. It has good features that don't overpower the beats and stuff. It's all in cohesion with each other, and I love how his beats morph as the song progresses. The last third of the album wasn't as good as the first 2/3. I felt like this album wasn't as good as his contemporaries like Disclosure's first album. Overall, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. This is a pretty good album. This makes me want to like go back and listen to his previous music, and it does make me more excited to see what he does in the future and if he progresses from here, because I thought this was a pretty solid album for a 23-year-old. That's crazy to me. Yeah, so what did you guys think of the album? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments what you thought on the album, and thanks for watching. Thanks guys. Bye.